How does sun exposure affect skin with or without sunscreen?
Abstract. This study focuses on the effect of sunscreen lotion applied to a human skin with direct contact with the sun. The purpose of this study is to determine the difference between a skin applied with sunscreen and without. This will also be the basis of us on how the sunscreen works properly to a person's skin.
Introduction. In the introduction, the overview of the research is explained. This part begins by presenting a short introduction of how sunscreen protect a human skin from a sun ray. It is followed by a review of related literature and conclusions, answering the problems, and so on. This research is focusing on how sun has a damaging effect on our skin, and while by putting a sunscreen, we can avoid those illness or diseases. Sun to human skin. The skin uses sunlight to manufacture vitamin D, which is important to normal bone formation. But there's downside. The sun's ultraviolet light can cause major damage to the skin. People tan because sunlight causes the skin produce more melanin and darken. But too much ultraviolet ray exposure can cause sunburn and itchiness. The UV rays penetrate outer skin layers and hit the deeper layers of the skin where they can damage or kill cells. That's why people use sunscreen with SPF and broad spectrum to protect and care for their skin. Broad spectrum sunscreen SPF 30. There are two types of UV light and can harm your skin. First is UVA and second is UVB. The broad spectrum sunscreen protects you from both. Prematurely age your skin, causing wrinkles, age spots, and many more. UVB rays can burn your skin. Too much exposure to UVA or UVB rays can cause skin cancer. What SPF do you need? SPF stands for Sun Protection Factor, a measure of how well sunscreen protects against the sun. So as we can see in the sunscreen, it has SPF 30, which it lasts us 30 minutes or more.
Review of related literature. Excessive sun exposure has been linked to skin cancer and premature aging, drying, and wrinkling of the skin. Many people show a high level of knowledge of the dangers of excessive sun exposure and the need for sun protection. But this knowledge often does not transfer into behavior, with many people actively seeking a suntan. There is causal link between excessive sun exposure and skin cancer, leading to development of primary and secondary prevention programs. In countries where there has been a significant increase in the incidence of melanoma, large amounts of time, efforts, and money have been spent on the design and implementation of programs. Statement of the problem. How effectively applying sunscreen with sun exposure than skin without sunscreen? Hypothesis. Skin applied with sunscreen is more whiter, smoother, and moisturized compared to the skin without sunscreen. Research questions. Can sunscreen protect our skin from sun ray? Why do we need to apply sunscreen to our skin when going out with an exposure to the sun? What sunscreen to use?
Public health professionals are suggesting that each individual must lessen their exposure to sunlight to avoid concerns and problems in the near future, like for example skin cancer and other health problems. On the other hand, there are data showing the increasing number of certain individuals who suffers from lack of vitamin D, or should I say too much exposure from the heat of the sun. The usual rays from the sun was mentioned that it has negative effects and positive effects. To maintain the healthiness of our skin, we must continue and maintain to apply sunblock in going outside or outdoors to prevent serious problems or other health problems that relates to our skin in the future. And also drink water daily. Therefore, the current study was conducted for us researchers to analyze and develop its effectiveness for the sunscreens, which is commonly used to protect the skin from its harmful effects from the heat of the sun with the right timing and right manner.
Research methodology shows procedures and processes in using an experimental design. So the researchers used certain human skin and a sunscreen in order for us to provide a solution for the problem to be solved in the study. And in performing this experiment, the researchers can gather different data which is needed.
The sampling that was being used was a random human skin from our group. Randomly selection of boys and girls are conducted that is with high visibility, which means it is allowed, it can be done through the experiment for those who would recreate the procedure in the near future or our future researchers.
Precautions of human skin. You may not be able to use sunscreen if you have any allergies because this product may contain inactive ingredients which can cause allergic reaction or any problems. Using a sunscreen by exposing the sun. Estimate the lotion by applying the whole body. No water or other materials is added to apply it in the body because it is the best to be careful and take precaution when applying it. Then get ready to expose your body from the sun. Potential problem of using sunscreen. By exposing your body from the sun, if you feel any side effect of your then direct contact to your doctor and ask for the treatment. If you are allergic and sensitive to the of sunscreen, immediately seek pharmacy to your place if necessary. Discussion of result and recommendation. As we can see here, we have the sunscreen or what we call SPF 30. Then we apply the sunscreen on the leg and we immediately expose the leg in the sun within 30 minutes, which is equivalent to 1 hour, and this is the result. As we can see, the results of applying sunscreen is effective because the sunscreen that we applied on the right leg part becomes light and smooth, while the left leg part becomes dark and darker.
To sum up everything that has been said so far, sunscreen plays a big role in our skin, and it helps prevent our skin from discoloration and having dark spots from sun damage. It helps our skin maintain a fair skin tone and less risks from cancer. In order to have a better skin tone while exposing our skin to the sun, we must have a sunscreen with at least SPF 30 in order to have a better and healthier skin. It is best to use sunscreen while exposing our skin to the sun because if not, we can have a darker skin, or should I say tan line. Since this study has limitations which cause for some points not to be investigated, the researchers recommend for future researchers and readers to include these points in their research to get more important information with this study.
Goods.